ladies have a sensational time this fabulous Saturday? First of all, if you manage to get a ticket for today, whichever way, whether you're tuned in online or here, clap for yourselves. Congratulations on making an excellent life choice. You know, the tickets for today sold out in an hour, okay? So you are truly blessed and highly favored, not least because our founder, Donna Dia, has done a sensational job of getting the best brands in the biz to show that they represent, that they appreciate the beauty of women of color. And we have another sensational brand right now for a masterclass, a fragrance masterclass, the Kayali. Who loves Kayali? And if you're new to the brand, that's okay. You'll get a sensational introduction from the brand's VP of Marketing, Miss Cara Davis. So can I invite her to the stage for our masterclass? Make some noise, show some love to Cara. And then we also have the Aaliyah Harry from Hello Magazine also joining us. Come through, Aaliyah. And last but absolutely not least, Miss Nikita Baffour. Please join us on the stage. So these three Wonder Women have a sensational session planned for you all. But I just want to shout out two very special VIPs in the building. The beauty of the Beauty Beat is that it makes all of us feel like VIPs. For once, you know, black women, brown women are center stage. So you're all VIPs to me, but my two personal VIPs are in the building today, my mom and Auntie Grace. So just shout out to them, you know, my icons of glamour and beauty, very grateful. So anyway, I will hand it over to the pros. I can't wait for this session. I love fragrance, I love the zhuzh of it all, and I'm very excited to get introduced to all of this array here. So thank you so much, enjoy everyone.
Thank you. All right, guys, I have to apologize in advance. Number one, I don't have a very sexy British accent. I'm from New Jersey, and it sounds even worse today because I'm getting over a cold. So I've enlisted two of my BFFs, our best fragrance friends, Nikita and Aaliyah, to come support me because Kayali is all about community. It's never a one-way conversation. It wouldn't feel right, me just sitting here and talking to you and explaining things, especially because I can't spray all of you down as much as Mona would have loved for me to do that. We don't have enough time, but we're gonna do our best to try to make you feel as involved as possible.
We will.
Yes?
Yep, we will.
It smells really good up here, and I feel like it smells really good out there as well. So thank you guys for showing up correct for this session.
Yes.
And if you haven't been to our booth on the second floor, please go down there. The team is ready and armed to spray you down. Don't be shy. But this is really the only place in the world outside of our offices, although I think the two of you would beg to differ because I think you have a full collection, but it's private. I'm assuming you don't let everybody in.
No, not with Kayali. No.
Okay, fantastic. But it's the only place in the world outside of our headquarters in Dubai where you can actually smell all of our fragrances. I mean, bless Sephora, Cult, ASOS, Selfridges, Harrods, Boots that carry our fragrances, but they don't carry the entire range. So I do invite you guys to hit the second floor before you leave so you can at least get your hands and your noses on them. All right, let's start talking about fragrance, shall we?
Please, let's go.
I think we need to ask the audience a question first, though.
Yeah, so how much do you guys know about Kayali? Is anyone familiar with the brand?
We have a
Anyone?
newbie.
Come on, put your hands
Don't
up.
be shy, you can put your hands
Please.
up.
Okay, full room, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
well, I feel like, Cara, we'd love to hear more. The background, the brand, where it all started, so we can get a taste.
Yeah, so the brand was actually founded in 2018. I know that it feels like it's been around for forever. We're actually quite a young brand. We're actually approaching our 7th birthday on the 16th of November.
Oh, wow.
So when Mona actually was creating Kayali, which who knows what the word Kayali means? Why do we have the name Kayali? Anybody?
Anyone?
Well, maybe some of y'all really don't know.
We had one hand over there, but she's cheating.
Yeah. Oh, no, you work for us, girl. You can't raise your hand.
Not Mel.
Nobody?
In the corner.
Really?
Okay.
It actually means my imagination in Arabic. So, oh, I love that. It's surprising. So the reason why Mona chose Kayali was because, you know, the foundation about our brand is around layering and the Middle Eastern ritual of fragrance layering, which back in the day when Mona was pitching Kayali as a brand, they thought she was crazy. Who layers their fragrances here already?
I do.
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you all for showing up today. So they thought she was crazy. Like Mona was trying to get investors and pitching this idea. This is actually as early as 2011. So it was still, you know, in her mind at the time. And people were like, why would you try to sell 4 fragrances together when the average consumer purchases like 1.4 fragrances a year? I don't know what that 0.4 is, to be honest with you. I'm a BBE girl, big bottle energy. Like I want 100 ml of everything all the time. So yeah, people thought she was really crazy trying to launch fragrances that you would actually layer together. But it finally came to fruition in 2018, and she launched with 4 juices, one of which just made a comeback recently, Musk 12.
Yeah.
Where are my Musk 12 fans at? Okay, amazing.
We have a few.
Have you got a bottle? Because this, oh girl, you're good because she's been in hiding, but she's back.
She's
Yeah.
back.
Officially.
But definitely, if you guys haven't tried it, it's gonna be, or it's on the second floor as well. But she launched with these 4 juices, and basically, it still wasn't moving. Like I don't know what you guys know in terms of our history as well, but Kayali was not an overnight success, and I think a lot of people thought that under the umbrella of Hooded Beauty, the brand was going to immediately take off due to the success of the brand. I joined Kayali 3 months before COVID, or no, sorry, 3 weeks before COVID.
Wow.
Probably not the best time.
Not the best
To
time.
try to sell fragrance when A, you have a very limited distribution
Yeah.
with retailers. And then what was happening during COVID? Couldn't go outside.
Couldn't go anywhere.
Couldn't go outside. You couldn't use tester bottles, especially here in the UK and Europe. It was very, very challenging. All of France shut down, so we couldn't produce fragrances. I think we had like a 8-month shortage of vanilla 28 at the time because none of our manufacturers could actually make anything. So I was like, great, I got a new job and I'm gonna lose it very, very quickly. But the great thing is I've known Mona for years. I've known Mona and Huda for over 10 years, and Mona has always been super optimistic and super enthusiastic about the brand, which I know you spent time with Mona before.
Yeah.
And Nikita, you've been to our
Met Mona
events.
3 times now.
Okay, and you're, I feel like I'm biased sometimes because I see her almost like every day.
No,
but I feel like it's been your,
absolutely adore Mona. Let me get that started with. I'm a journalist, a beauty journalist, where I feel like I get a lot of samples and I'm introduced to a lot of different brands all the time. But there's always been something about Kayali for me. I think it's perhaps the accessibility. Before I really knew about fragrance, I could go into the store and test it out and I could see the ingredients on the back and I could feel like, oh, I'm a part of this too. And then I think for me, once I met Mona, I was like, oh, she is an incredible woman. She is so, like, she is a part of every part of the brand. She, from the inception to everything, she just loves it, and her enthusiasm, her energy, it just pours out when you speak to her. And I think there's just something special about Kayali. Every new fragrance that's released, I'm sure if you guys have seen online, on social media, there's a whole world created with that fragrance. Yep. If it's Fleur Majesty, it was like a Bridgerton world, a Bridgerton theme.
we're not allowed to say that legally.
Oh, sorry. Oh dear.
Get them in trouble.
Sorry.
Period.
It was a Regency inspired theme.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, come for me. And I don't know, I just think every single time there is
Good execution.
a good execution, and you always feel like you can be a part of Kayali. You can feel like you can be a part of that world. And I have to say, as someone that spent time with Mona, she's just the best. And she gives great love advice too, just saying.
We're gonna tap
We'll
into
talk about that
Tap
later.
into that a little bit
Please,
later on.
Nikita, please, take it away, girl.
So I've met Mona 3 times now, but I feel like you can feel Mona throughout the company, through the staff, when you go to the stores, you can feel her energy. And with Kayali, for me, my entry point was actually Vanilla 28. I will get into the scents, the juices a bit later on. But for me, my best friend, she's in the crowd today. Her name's Yinka. Hi, Yinka. She is a fragrance diva. And for me, I kind of found fragrance a bit intimidating initially. But with Kayali, I'm a very visual person. I'm the kind of person, if you see my beauty room, everything's color coordinated. So this is perfect for me. Like, I know what I'm looking for. I feel like they coordinate with the seasons as well. And there's some scents that make me feel like super sexy. Some make me feel really cute. Some are for the daytime. But Kayali is a great introductory brand, as Aaliyah said, because it's got all the notes on the back. So even if you're not a fragrance buff per se, it's still a great way to introduce yourself to the many scents that they do have. But Kayali as a team, as a whole, is a vibe. I feel like you just get the happiness through the bottle, you know? And I'm not somebody that squirts once. I'm like, I need to spray multiple. So yeah, I love Kayali.
And we love you guys right back. Thank you. I didn't pay them to say that, by the way. They're here on their voluntarily. But you guys actually tap into something really important. And I think, you know, especially now where I feel like people are so vocal. I know it's a mix of like consumer and community, but I see everybody as community. I hate when I go into meetings and people talk about customers and target customers and consumer. We all are, you know, part of this community. And we all have our own tastes. Nobody can tell you how you should feel about fragrance or intimidate you otherwise because it's subjective. Even the way that you retain and remember a scent is gonna be completely different from the person sitting next to you. I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion professionally, like I didn't go to school for fragrance. I didn't, you know, take chemistry classes to create fragrances. All of my knowledge comes from just spending time and smelling. So the same way you go to the gym and, you know, you pump iron to get your arms big or get that booty tight, like the same way you can actually exercise your nose. So again, I would really encourage you guys to explore the collection because it'll surprise you. Something that you might not have liked will actually be something that you end up falling in love with later on in life. And that really just depends, you know, on mood. We were talking earlier about like why we wear fragrances, right? And I think this is one of the reasons why Mona really was leaning into the idea of layering, is because she wants people to create their own signature mood. So for me, I smell my best when I feel my worst. Like that to me.
Yeah, you did
is
mention
like,
that, and that was a good. You had a phrase, but we've lost the phrase now.
I don't know. I was
But it
dropping
was so
some
good.
gems.
It was a
back
cute
there.
one as
Yeah.
well. It was quite cute.
Yeah, but it's like I can look horrible, but I know I smell good. And to me, the epitome of a compliment is somebody telling me I smell
I agree.
amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think energy, like if someone compliments aura, energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smelling good, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like that.
You'll be in a good
Yeah,
mood.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about some of your signature scents from the collection. Does anybody know why our bottles are this shape? I mean, obviously not just to be aesthetically pleasing.
I actually don't know.
So to give you a bit of background about Mona, so Mona was actually born in the States. She was born in Tennessee. She claims she had a Southern accent for a long time. I don't know how much I believe that. But she moved to Dubai when she was about 17 because Baba, her dad, had moved for a teaching job there. And she went from just being a fragrance lover to literally becoming fragrance obsessed. I know France gets the rap of being like the fragrance capital of the world. However, when you go to the Middle East, who's been to the Middle East? It is the perfume playground. I mean, I hate to say it about my fellow Americans. I feel like when I get off the plane in America, nobody smells like anything. I'm just like a little dog. Like, like, why doesn't anybody smell like anything? But I come to London and I see all these beautiful men and women just smelling good, walking down the street. I just feel like, and you feel that way as soon as you get off a plane in Dubai as well. So I think it's really, really important that, you know, we look at Dubai or even places in the Middle East. If you haven't been, you have to go because it just takes fragrance to another level, another experience. And if you're ever in Dubai, please give us a shout in our DMs. We'd love to have you in our fragrance library. I don't know if you guys know this, but Mona has a collection that's over 5,000 fragrances. And most people think that it's for research and development, but it's actually because we just love perfume. And that's one thing about the brand that I think people also love is that we celebrate other brands as well.
Especially with the layering, I find with Kayali, even when you go on the story post, for a lot of brands sometimes it's just one brand. And realistically speaking, even if it is makeup, a lot of people will use different things. So when it comes to fragrances, if you go on the stories, you will see different combos. I've gone on the stories and I'm like, I have that, or I have something similar. I'm going to lay it with that. But Kayali really does encourage that. And I think that's what's so special about it, because it's authentic. No one really uses one. And even if you do, you might not have another Kayali that you want to pair it with, so you can use another brand, and they really encourage that. So I think that's amazing too.
Listen, and I also feel like if you don't love something, I mean, that's why I think we have 29 fragrances as well. It's not really to suit like everybody's taste in perfume. I think it's about just Mona. If it was up to her, Mona would probably launch 5 million perfumes a year. And thank God, because I would have to retire early. But she just falls in love so quickly with these juices. Each of these fragrances represents a chapter of her life, but it's in no way, shape, form, or fashion the way that you need to interpret it, right? But I totally skipped over why these bottles are this shape. So let's go back to that real quick, right fast. So these bottles are actually in the shape of diamonds or gem shapes, because when she moved to Sharjah, which is not as glamorous as Dubai, but still beautiful, she was going into like the old souks and perfume shops. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, and I don't have it here with me, unfortunately. I need to make a note to myself. But you could get these beautiful crystal vessels to put your like oils in, and they were really inexpensive. Like for $20, you can have this beautiful crystal piece that looks like, you know, if you go, well, I don't know, I'm Caribbean, so I go to my grandma's house, and there's the dining room you can't go into, the living room you can't go into.
Anything in there,
plastic on it, and it's got that break front, and it just has all these like little things, you know, porcelain figurines,
Fine
plates,
china.
and
Behind the glass, like behind that, like
The cabinet.
so it'll be one of those things you definitely know you can't touch and you can't use it.
Yeah.
But here, Mona wanted to make something that felt really accessible, that made you feel good, that made you felt like royalty, and to feel like, she says, like the diamond that you are. So every time you pick up the bottle, even when you look at our mini ones, I'm gonna open this here, but even when you look at our mini ones, every time I pull this out of my purse, people are like, oh my God, like what is that? I mean,
So luxurious.
Yeah, they're so cute. But to me, this feels like, I just feel so luxe. Even if I'm wearing my like gray sweatpants and stuff in the airport and I pull this out and spray it, I just feel like $1 million.
I always have one in my bag.
Yeah, see, I appreciate you.
I always have one in my bag.
Cara, you know what I'd love to talk about?
Tell
When
me.
I can see the notes on the back, which is incredible that you can just go into a store and see everything, because I want to know everything. But I need to ask about the number. Every time there's a number, like Capri in a bottle, lemon sugar is 14.
Yeah.
Like
Vanilla 28.
vanilla 28.
We got Young Bougie Marshmallow 81.
I'd love to know more about that.
So, do you guys know? Because if y'all don't know what Kayali meant, I see some head. Okay. Yeah? So the number actually stands for the number of modifications that we did to actually get to that juice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And to be honest with you, it's actually not the number. It's the number where we got to perfection. But because Mona's a Taurus and I'm a Virgo, you still want to push the boundaries a little bit. You're like, are you sure we got that right? Because, so for example, Eden Juicy Apple, and again, for those of you who don't know the full collection, and for those of you joining us for the first time today, thank you so much. So Eden Juicy Apple is 01. So did we get it right the first time? Absolutely. Did we stop? No. Mona went on to do many, many modifications of the juice. And in fact, that second juice in the Eden collection, Sparkling Lychee, was one of the mods that came from it as well. And then Mona actually got so upset because she liked Eden Sparkling Lychee more and she wanted to change her mind and launch it first. But we had already committed to Sephora to do Eden Juicy Apple.
Which is that's a really good seller. I feel like a lot of people know about Eden Juicy.
Yeah. I mean, it's at the time when we launched Eden Juicy Apple, it was very much not one of our scent profiles. I don't know where my fruity floral people are who like fruity floral fragrances.
Yeah, who actually likes
Are they
fruity
at
floral?
fruity? Do you know, it's funny. I feel like my first ever, I think I've had a journey with fragrance and with scents and notes. But I do feel like as a teenager, I definitely gravitated towards fruits. And I remember smelling, please, is this Love? No.
Eden.
No, Love Fest is
Where's
here.
my
Love
Love Fest? Where's she at? My burning cherry. This was like one of the first Kayali scents that I tried when I think I was about 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
I know. So I think I did really gravitated. I smelled it in the store, guys.
Wow.
And in Boots, and I was like, oh, she's cute. I really like florals, but ever since then, I actually think as I've grown older, my palette has developed. But I don't want fruits to get a bad rap.
No, and you know, I think I had the same feeling as well. What about you?
I think with me, I've never been into florals. I'm not really the biggest floral lover. I don't know, something about it just, it's a bit too nostalgic for me. But fruits, I don't mind. I love sparkling lychee. I love it so much. It's so fresh for me. And I feel like when I spray it, I can smell the bubbles, even though I know that's not a thing. But yeah, and I love Maui in a bottle, considering that it has banana in it. And I think banana is one of those scent profiles that you would think, why would that be in a scent? But it's so tropical, it's so nice, it's light and airy. I'm not a floral person, but I definitely don't mind fruits here and there.
Yeah.
Depending on the year as well. I was the kind of person, right, that would wear an oud in the morning until my friends would be like, you can do what you want because there's no rules. But now I'm like, in the day, I don't mind something a bit more lighter, a bit fresher. And then in the evening, I'm happy to kind of like power through.
No, I love that. And again, it goes back to the fact there's no rules about fragrance, you know? Like, you do what you want to do. It's one of those things, too. I love when people ask the question, like, do you have any male fragrances? And I'm like, what does that mean? Even though the bottles might feel feminine,
Everyone.
fragrance is, you know, that's a marketing ploy of saying, like, I love wearing Creed Aventus for men. My dad got sick when I was 20, and I remember stealing his bottle of Platinum Egoiste by Chanel, not just because Biggie rapped about it, it's also because like it held very close memories about my dad. And to this day, because I love Iris in a fragrance, I love Dior Homme. So really and truly, like if that's one of the ways why you purchase fragrance, I strongly suggest throwing that out the window. Like if something is being marketed to a man or to a woman, especially I feel like my perception changed once I moved to the Middle East because men were wearing, well, Mona will tell me this too, and she was dating. Sorry, Hassan, her husband. When Mona was dating, she was meeting guys, and a lot of them were wearing like floral perfume, and she was like, "Are you wearing Chanel No. 5?" You know. But it would be layered with like oud and stuff like that. So I think it's really just worrying about whatever makes you feel good. I'm trying not to curse, so I'm trying to.
There shouldn't be any barriers when it comes to scent.
But I have strong convictions like about that you shouldn't feel pressured by the way that people say you should wear your fragrances. And we consider Kayali unisex, you know? Some people are like, are the black bottles for guys and the other colors are for girls? I was like, no, you can just wear whatever. And to be honest with you, what's wild, some of the sweetest fragrances in this collection tend to smell better on guys. And you know, like, let's actually debunk a myth right now, okay? Do you guys know what these are? Yes? Yeah. You get them shoved in your face every time you go to a department store. Like, people are like, smell this, ma'am, you know? And you, like, run away from them, basically. But, you know, this is a very powerful tool for a lot of perfumers that use it as a way to evaluate perfumes. But guess what? Where do you spray your perfume normally? Your skin, your hair, your hijab, like your clothes. Like, you don't, this is not you.
Your units.
Right? This is what I call like a Tinder swipe, okay? Like this to me is, I'm gonna decide whether I like you or not. And half the time, this can be lies.
Yeah.
You know? Because what smells good on a piece of paper, and believe me, a lot of people put a lot of time into making sure the paperweight, the quality of the paper is the right type of paper to get the smell on the blotter. But you really need to make sure that you're spraying on your skin. Does anybody work for any beauty stores here or retailers, beauty stores? Okay, great. So I'm not going to get anybody in trouble for saying this. But you should never buy your perfume within the first hour of like spraying it. Like you can fall in love with a fragrance, but you really need to give it at least an hour to evolve and have the full expression to know how it's going to actually react in your skin. So this, put it down. If you fall in love, great. If you don't, you already know what to do. However, I encourage you, I don't know if you guys know who Travalia Wallace is. She's a US-based influencer, but she taught me about finger blotters. So I've got 5 here, I've got 5 here, and I actually spray my fingers with the perfume.
Okay.
And then I wait till it dries down to see if I actually want to purchase a fragrance. I mean, obviously we all wore the wrong clothes today because there's no skin exposed.
I was even gonna. I was gonna say that. Just a quick tip. I have a unit on today. So whether it's your hair, a unit, you know, locks, I spray my wigs. I spray my units, I spray my hair. I spray it because if I can smell it the next day, that's the one for me. I like when it's strong, I like when it lasts, and I just find it a bit more long lasting. Obviously, I'm going to spray my skin as well, but if I'm going somewhere or I really want it to last, I'm definitely going to spray my hair. Sometimes it can be drying, so you definitely have to kind of like gauge it out, but that's another tip that you can do. Spray behind your ears and spray your units or your hair as well.
Yeah, your pulse points are really important to do that as well.
I know sometimes people, I think I started with fragrance just doing a little tick, tick. I don't be doing that anymore. That does nothing, people.
Full shower.
Yeah, you've got to like, and I understand we want to like hold on to our fragrances and keep it there for ages, but it's there to be used.
It's there
Exactly.
to be used.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
It's there to be used.
Yeah, I mean, I can't shirk anybody who likes to like wear their fragrances on special occasions, but I have 400 perfumes personally myself, and there's no way I'm gonna get through them in 3 lifetimes.
400 bottles.
You know, my friends love coming over my house because I'm decanting bottles and giving them some. Don't even, because I know people that have way more than I do, like regular human beings. I thought Mona had a lot, and people are like coming up to me, well, I have 3,000 bottles. I'm like, for what? But I can't hate on it, because if that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do. But I think it's about being super intentional. And that's one of the things, too, that I learned about fragrance layering, is that in the Middle East, it's not just about like putting on the fragrance. And also, it's not just about perfume. It's also, fragrance layering starts from just even the hydration of your skin.
Yes.
Like making sure that you're drinking a lot of water, which I don't do, so I need to work on that while I'm here. But also making sure that you're moisturized.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely
That's a big one as
super
well.
important. Get behind that Achilles heel. You know, I made sure I was marinated today before I put the ankles out. But you know, that's really the start. Now I layer everything. I layer my shower gels. I'm layering like my food. Like everything needs to be like mixed up and mashed up so that I can like enjoy it. You know.
I love that.
But also, I think the perception about fragrance layering is that you have to like spray your fragrances on top of each other, which is not necessarily true, because are no rules. Mona hates it when people are like, so like what exactly is fragrance layering? Like what are the rules? And there's technically no rules. Life, you already have so many rules in life. Do we really need another one? Like Kayali really wants to make sure that we're putting the fun back in fragrance, and that you're actually like enjoying your fragrances and not feeling intimidated. That's why we create things like this, you know, miniature set, or having like this discovery sampling set. Now I feel like I'm Vanna White. I'm like selling things on stage. But this little pack, these 8 little VOs, well, these 1.5 ml samples, this is over 250 sprays of perfume in here. 250. It might not look like a lot for $25. I don't know what that is in pounds. Sorry, y'all. But this packs a punch. When you want to build a fragrance wardrobe, people are like, oh my God, like buying full bottle. Like, you don't have to do that. You can have a mini in your collection. You can have samples in your collection, and still create very unique scent combinations that you love, and not have to invest in what I say again is that BBE, you know, that big bottle energy.
Can I just add on to what you... Oh, sorry, go on. No, go
I
ahead.
was going to say that I love adding like a balm sometimes as well. Like I feel like that's great to layer. And layering has really like exposed me to different scents and Kayali scent profiles. I feel like Vanilla 28 is great to layer with at the start. We all said that.
Yeah.
That's like a universal.
Well, Mona calls it your whipped cream to your dessert, but you're the dessert. So, because it's very sweet, it's very addictive. When you think about vanilla, it's very comforting, right? It's very like
Very warm.
nostalgic. And this one, we used to get a lot of people in the beginning complaining, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but like the vanilla juice is very, very dark.
Yeah.
And initially, when people, this is deja vu. Just kidding. Vanilla 28. So this juice tends to get really, really dark the longer you have it, which that means you're not spraying it as often as you should. But also, it's because there's actually 3 different types of vanilla in this fragrance, and we use a natural vanilla from Madagascar. And that's what makes it turn so dark. And a lot of people were complaining to customer care. They're like, why? Something's wrong with my juice. It's really, really dark. And we would explain to them it's because of the natural vanilla that's in it. And they're like, well, my other vanillas don't turn that color. And I said, go pick up that bottle of vanilla fragrance, and the bottle would be opaque. They couldn't see the juice, so they actually really wouldn't know that that's what was happening, or it's not a natural vanilla that's in it. Not saying that there's anything wrong with synthetics at all, but that was a reason. And then all of a sudden, it was crazy because then the tide turned. Now people were like, oh no, honey, you gotta let that bottle sit. It's not
Yeah, it
dark
has
enough.
to be deep. Yeah.
It's not dark enough. You need to just let it sit on there for 3 years, see what happens. But they had this thought that like, you know, like this placebo effect that the darker, you know, you heard this story, like the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? They had this, like this placebo effect that the darker it was, the sweeter the juices, but actually it doesn't change the scent profile at all. Unless you're putting your perfumes in your bathrooms, which you should not be doing. Or leaving them in your car.
Some people talk about putting it in the fridge.
Oh, the fridge
Have
is
you not heard
actually,
that?
the fridge is actually like, okay, Mona actually keeps samples in the fridge.
Oh,
But you
okay.
should
Okay.
never, ever, well, can we talk about something real quick? Let me pause for a public service announcement. Let's just lay some ground rules here. And I hope you all go home and do this expeditiously. Please do not keep your perfumes in your bathroom where you have your showers and your bathtub. Because of the change in temperature in your bathrooms, when you have the hot, cool, I don't know if you're like me, I want to burn off the day, you know? That temperature change can actually affect the oxidization of your fragrances in a bottle. I mean, luckily we haven't sprayed anything here, so you can't see a dent. But if you have like a little bit of space in that bottle, and have you ever seen like water collecting, like condensation happening? It's because of the outside temperature changes, and you're actually changing the composition of the fragrance inside of the bottle. That's why you should also never keep it in the car, because that extreme heat also can affect your fragrances.
Direct sunlight.
Exactly. So
Don't
the
keep
best
them by the window.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is to keep them in a dark cupboard. I know everybody likes to put them on a shelf and like, you know, put it on social media, but it's better to keep them in a really cool, dark place. I'm like super anal about mine. Like I like to keep mine in the closet, in the
Covered
box.
up.
So I gotta work to
You
get to
keep
my
your
perfume.
fragrances in the box.
Every single one of them in their box.
Really? That's so interesting.
Every single
Does
one
anyone
of
else
them.
do that in here? Wow, really?
Yeah.
I throw my boxes straight away.
Sometimes the packaging just eats. Like, oh, we've got a lot of discussion
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes the packaging just eats. I don't know, like.
But then don't you find that there's too much bulk? Because I find that the bottle itself is what I want to see. But sometimes the packaging itself is really nice. I'm really curious to ask later on why.
Who keeps their boxes for their perfume?
I get it, guys. We bought that. I want to see it.
Yeah. Who wants to see their perfume bottles?
Me.
Very
Listen,
divided.
no shade whatsoever. So for me, I'm literally like, no lie, I'm getting evicted from my apartment because I cannot fit. It's me or my perfume. Somebody got to go. So, but for me, like I have a different shelf in my house so I can actually see like my perfumes that I have on rotation,
Right,
and then I'll like keep the boxes
So you can
somewhere
gravitate
else.
towards them.
Yeah, but I can't have any friends stay over. Nobody can stay in my house.
Why? Because they steal and
Because they
My-
spray. I'm that friend.
Oh no, I'm just saying there's no room. There's no room for me.
Oh.
There was a month that went by that I had to sleep on my couch because all of my perfumes were on my bed.
Okay,
Wow.
that is dedication.
Yeah.
This is the real fragrance girl.
I don't know.
We should all
I don't
do
know
it.
if people would call it dedication. You're PRing it to sound really nice. I think it sounds
Hoarding,
like
maybe?
insanity. Yeah, I think a little bit like insanity.
I'd love to talk about some underrated Kayali gems.
Yes.
Just be
because-
careful, girl, because I don't want people coming after me when they can't get it.
Guys, just let's take it
But
easy
it's-
on us,
but it's-
please.
but this is a great story, though.
I mean, yeah, I just really want to talk about this fragrance because
She loves.
I
I can
just-
see the glee in your face.
sorry. We always talk about it. They like have a little laugh with me because I'm just obsessed with Invite Only Amber.
Does anyone else have like,
Anyone?
yep,
Oh
we
my
love
girls.
invite only.
Oh, my people.
The
I knew
petition
there was
will be
more
going
of us.
around
Yep,
to restock
yep.
this juice at the end of this session.
What do you love about invite only?
I'm so glad you asked, Nikita. So, first of all, I've not always been a gourmand girly, like as I was saying before.
So not happy to hear that, but okay.
No, but it's been a process.
Okay, we're getting
We're
there.
here now. As I said, I started with the fruits and the citruses, and I just really developed into loving gourmands. And I remember I sat with Mona. Mona's the one that introduced me to Invite Only, and she was like, because I've started to love those bold like scents that say
Yeah.
I'm here. Like when I
Yeah.
walk in a room,
Yeah.
someone's like, oh, who's that?
Yep.
It's me. And this is the scent that I'm wearing. So, yeah, Invite Only, there's something so delicious and spicy and sensual about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the fragrances are sensational, but there's something about this one here that just takes the cake. And I remember Mona telling me also, it was also, there was something about Rihanna, they
Oh, yeah, because it actually inspired her. I can't curse, but you know the beep, better have my money
yeah,
video?
she said that that's the song
So that was
also
the vibe.
inspired that
Yeah.
bold scent. And I remember also when, we're getting more personal now, but at the time, we were speaking and I had some like love woes and I was like, oh, Mona, it's just not going well. And she was giving me lots of pep and advice, and she also introduced me to that scent. Definitely spritzed it on a few dates.
Did it work?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think they're still going strong, if I'm not mistaken. And
Right.
that was what, like a year and a half ago?
Boot up, diddy-dad.
You guys need to get invite only if you want to stay booed up.
So
this winter.
basically, that's
I love a good Kayali love story. We've got some Kayali babies running around this earth too. I know it for sure.
You probably have so many you don't even know.
We do.
Yeah.
Nothing for me yet. I'm still waiting. I think everything that I wear, my problem is because I love Musk 12. Like, it's my favorite.
I'm so sorry to cut, Cara. We've talked about Musk 12 for weeks now. Can I smell it? Because I haven't actually.
Yeah.
This is Nikita's first
time trying
with Musk 12.
Has anyone else in here tried Musk? You love? Okay, so if I don't like it, do I have to sound like this? Or can I tell you I don't like it? Okay.
She's gotta laugh. And that's the thing, everybody has different thoughts and feelings about a scent.
I feel like you definitely need to put it on your skin though. Like on a blotter, it's
Okay,
not gonna
let's put it on my
do
skin. Let's
justice.
go for it.
But girl, you got on tobacco oud
No, I
on
know,
you.
but let's do it on that.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Okay. Is this a myth as well? You need to let it sit, or can we just go straight
The
in?
only thing you can't do is rub, because if I see you rubbing, I'm
Oh, yeah,
karate
no
chopping
rubbing.
you immediately.
No rubbing.
Y'all know that, right?
This
Oh,
is from
that's
the fragrance
not good
guru.
either.
Supposed to-
Another myth. Don't
Yeah,
be
no,
rubbing
no,
that.
no, no.
Don't be
Because
doing
you're
that.
actually
Ooh.
destroying. Oh, ooh,
Oh my gosh, it's lovely.
it's beautiful.
it?
Very, very nice. I feel like this is so light and fresh.
So actually, Mona created this as part of the original collection. So it came out with Vanilla 28. It was done by Harry Fremont, who's a master perfumer. It was one of the last perfumes he did before he
It's
retired.
changing as well.
But this fragrance to me gives me like towel time. Like it's got lotus flower, it's got freesia. I don't know if you guys know what freesia is. It's a floral. It has a lot of like fruity facets. It's also got like 3 different kinds of musks in it.
Would this be considered on the more floral side, or would this?
I would say it's a floral musk. But the great thing about it is it's also like quite bright and fresh.
Yes, yes. I will
It's really
definitely
beautiful.
say that.
Mona actually, so you know we talked about vanilla being the perfect topper, right? She actually says that musk is the perfect base.
I was going to say this will be a really good mixer because
Yeah.
I can see what I can
Yeah.
already think of what I would want to pair this with.
But I actually wear this to bed. After I get out of the shower, I spray it all over myself, and then I get right.
And it's very
It's very-
timeless as well.
Yeah.
It's very fresh, clean,
I wish you guys could smell.
freshly
Yeah.
cozied in bed. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
why you wear it in the evening.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm
for
pleasantly surprised because for some reason I thought I wasn't going to like it, but it's actually very. And I'm not just saying that. I'm actually quite brutally honest.
Oh, thank you. But you know what? But that's what's crazy though, because I don't know why people feel like I'm gonna get offended. I tell Mona I don't like some of the fragrances. I appreciate the art that goes behind it because I know, especially too, like Mona works so hard. I know, you see people, especially because Mona, I don't want to call her an influencer, but Mona was very much like, very socially active
Yeah.
before. But Mona's a fragrance lover first. When she was creating Kayali, she spends about 75% of her time on product development.
She's in the lab.
Like all the time she's wearing
the lab.
Kayali. She literally is. She really, really is. She's not just like having somebody create something and then putting her face on it and like running the campaign. Although now she's like adding DJ to her CV because she's writing the songs to our campaigns.
She's a woman of many talents. Let me tell you. Love advice.
But
Sorry, I'm gonna jump in again.
tell me,
I need to.
talk about your love of
I need to
tobacco.
tell. Aaliyah gave us invite only, which I actually loved for so long. I actually mixed invite only with Vanilla 28. That was my. If you guys remember, my friends that here, I was mixing that. But let me show you guys what my
Yeah,
favorite
let's
is.
see yours.
Where is?
Oh my God, no! Now we don't have it up here.
Tobacco?
How do we lose? Oh no, there is. Okay.
Okay, I have to stand up for this one, guys. Tobacco oud is so. Can I say? Okay, let me say sensual. Very sensual, very sexy, very nice, gorgeous. I love this scent. If you know me, I literally wear this. If it's a very serious event, if I'm going on a date, if I'm doing something very important, I'm going to wear tobacco oud. Has anybody tried tobacco oud? No.
Can I actually let's ask this question first? Who loves oud fragrances? I shouldn't say love. Who likes oud fragrances? Okay, great. That's good.
Right. So if you like oud fragrance, because the Oudgasm range actually has quite a few different scent profiles. So
We got
there's
7
cafe
now.
oud, yeah, cafe oud, rose oud. There's a little bit for everybody. But tobacco oud, am I allowed to say what it's similar to?
I mean, to your
For the
nose,
layering
to
purposes.
your nose.
So there's a fragrance called Tobacola, and it's quite similar to that, but I actually prefer this. This is what I'm wearing today. I've literally had 4 people come up to me saying, what are you wearing? I mixed it with Love Fest Burning Cherry. When I want to mean business or I want to sound really serious, I use tobacco oud. So if you do get a chance to go and try it out today, make sure you guys, at least for you to just experience it, and drop me a DM. Let me know what you think, because this is fantastic. I can literally stand by it.
And I love that because a lot of people, when Mona created the Oudgasm collection, which already, we were scared. We're like, girl, call it something Oudgasm. And she was like, the word gasm or the part gasm, just means to derive pleasure from something, right? Doesn't have to be something sexual.
Yep.
And when she initially wanted to drop 8 fragrances, and I said, girl, I will hand you my resignation letter right now. There's no way we can launch 8 fragrances. We barely have shelf space for everything else that we're trying to launch right now. But she actually created what was called an oudometer. So you have different levels of intensity of oud,
Like
right?
a spectrum.
Yeah,
from one
exactly.
end to another.
So you had vanilla oud, which there's a lot of demand for here
Very
today, and which is our lightest, right? And then we just dropped, I don't know if you guys have tried the Milky Musk oud or the chocolate oud that we have.
Guys, that chocolate oud.
Which are amazing for this type of weather right now. And then we've got the rose, we've got cafe, which has a cappuccino note in it. And then we've got the tobacco and the smoky, which smoky is a 5 flamer. So if we say your lightest one is a 1 flame, your tobacco and smoky are closer to the 5. So it's the strongest out of all of them. But Mona really likened the Oudgasm collection to trying truffle. If you try too much truffle at once in the beginning, you're not gonna like it, And oud, most people, when they first experience it, don't have a good experience with it sometimes.
Too intense sometimes. A lot of people say that it's quite intense.
Well, you're being very nice, because I've heard a lot of worse things about people talking about oud, but it's a very expensive ingredient. It's called liquid gold. It's really rare because of the way that it actually is distilled. It's basically a tree called the agarwood tree that gets infected by a parasite, and that can be done manually or it can happen naturally. But yeah, this collection was not really made for a Middle Eastern audience per se. It was made for people who are really more averse to oud, and Mona wanted to create fragrances that would make people less scared to try it.
Yeah, a bit more accessible.
Yeah, it also goes for rose. I feel like rose, who likes rose perfumes?
I can't stand
I heard
rose.
no.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Rose gets such a bad rap.
Sorry.
At all.
I can't do
Because they
it.
think it's like grandma. They think it's like
and
grandma.
that's what I was trying to say earlier. That's actually what I was saying earlier,
But
but
I
I
love
didn't want
my
to
grandma.
sound.
I mean, I love her, but
But
we
it's
don't
so
need to be,
dated.
I don't know. But there are obviously some lovely combinations and florals. I feel like
I like the
Mona's
rose
top-
oud,
Yeah, I was
funny
going to say rose oud and even
these two
Fleur
together,
Majesty.
Can we talk about these?
Fleur Majesty
together? 'Cause
is a
honestly,
vibe.
This is the sexiest combination I think.
I like
in the
rose
entire
oud.
collection. Because Fleur Majesty also, even though rose is at the heart of this fragrance, and it's a beautiful bottle as well. I think a lot of people who hated rose were like, I'm just gonna buy it because I like the bottle. But it actually has fruit in it. So there's actually pear and peach, right on the top. It's super juicy, really beautiful. The scent trail on this is powerful as I don't know what. And then the rose oud has a little bit of lemon in it too. So it actually balances out really, really well. I get so many compliments on this.
I'm gonna try that one. That combo.
But yeah, I definitely would say this is great. Also, talking about one more. I feel like we're running out of time and we need to yellow because I did want
to talk about vacay.
We can talk about it. I just want to give at least 5 minutes for people to ask questions. There's just so much
There's just too much, guys.
Yeah, there is.
There's too much to talk
and
about.
I think let me just make sure I'm looking at my notes because I'm blind. Okay, we talked about a lot of stuff that we. Okay, we'll save it to the very end. But yeah, Vacay we launched.
Oh, I was just gonna say Vacay was such a great. The timing of the release.
Very fun.
The summertime release. I was instantly excited when I saw this. And I remember seeing, and you guys would be like, this is on the hush, this is on the down low.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we previewed it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, these are very different juices for us though, because this is the first time I think we went into a fresh category. For the most part, people really know us for having more gourmand,
decadent
fragrances. Mona basically what came on the scene and was like, do you want to smell like a snack? Before COVID, the creator space was really dominated by men. you know, like the voices at the time were a lot of men. During COVID, you really saw a rise of the fragrance creator, and a lot of Black, brown women were really speaking up about fragrances and making the language of fragrance a lot more accessible. Because I feel like when men would talk about fragrance, especially when you would talk about like from the more traditional space, like European men, it always felt very technical and not the emotional pull of things. Even when you look at perfume ads, right? Like you would see perfume ads, and it's always celebrities, and they're hopping off the moon.
And
you
they
wouldn't see
greased
anything about
up, building
ingredients.
something.
Like very aspirational, like nothing to connect you. We're a very literal brand. You want a bougie marshmallow, baby boo? I'm gonna give you a bougie marshmallow. The bottle is gonna deliver exactly what I say it is. The fragrance is gonna give you exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Pistachio gelato, again,
another
same
fave.
thing. Vanilla candy, it looks like a candy wrapper. Sparkling lychee, Eden juicy apple.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about it in a second. But what you see is basically what you get from us. You know, we want to make sure that from the ingredients that we show on the back of the bottle to the social content that we show you guys, we really want to empower the community to know what it is that they actually love or don't love about a fragrance. So I would encourage you guys, you know, to keep exploring. But I cut you off about vacay.
I was just making a quick tidbit that if you're going on holiday, you're gonna need these. Like this Capri in a bottle is like, it's like a lemon sherbet sugar dream.
It's really nice. With this vanilla candy.
Oh yeah, with vanilla candy. That's a good layer. These two together.
Yeah.
That's a cute little layering. That was all I wanted to say. I just wanted to make sure they got some love because I love them on holiday.
The campaign really caught the essence of it, and I think the name as well, Vacay in a Bottle, because it's so tropical, because it's so, you literally feel like you're in a hot climate. And I think I mentioned Maui in a Bottle, which is the banana fragrance.
Yeah.
When
So
you think
good.
of banana, to me anyway, when I think of banana, I'm not thinking of a fragrance. I don't want to smell like a banana. But you really need to try it out. They've done something so incredible with it, and it just feels sweet, but not too sweet. Because I think the thing with gourmand, right? I'm a gourmand girl, but it can't be too sickly. You kind of want to strike that balance where you don't feel like you're smelling like melted caramelized sugar, but you still want the vanilla essence. You still want a bit of that. So I would say definitely check out those scent profiles. In fact, check out the 29. There's something for everybody. And I was saying to Cara that I think with Kayali, everyone gets something that they like. And it's very easy. It's a very good introductory brand as well if you're new to fragrances, because like we said, the top notes are on the back of the bottle. The colors draw you in. You kind of know what you're getting just looking at it. So yeah. I'm not selling to you guys, but I want you to really try out.
Well, now that you brought up the selling part, guys, if you actually spend 80 pounds or more, you actually get a really beautiful GWP, and I don't actually have it up here, but it's our travel bag. So if you're like me and you feel like there's no perfumes in any other cities that you travel to, I carry about 20 perfumes with me when I'm on the road. So this travel case is actually really, really beautiful. Mona created it when we first launched, and it's great. It's nice and cushioned, keeps your perfumes nice and straight. But yeah, there's so much to discover on the second floor. So please, before you leave, check it out. I want to give at least a little bit room for questions, but did you have a question for me before we continue?
Did I?
I don't. I want to hear what everyone's saying.
Oh, well, I'll ask myself the question.
Oh, actually, now something's just come to me all of a sudden to my mind. But for me, you know, Kayali, what an amazing brand. And I feel like I'm always dying to know more. And I'm always excited for the next chapter. So I'd love to know from you, Cara, like what we can expect, like, because I know we're all
that's
waiting.
a question that you're not supposed to ask, actually.
I mean, I know you
'Cause
can't tell us
usually-
too much, but what the future of
Well, I
Kayali
would say
looks like.
something is coming, because Mona likes to launch.
Dun, dun,
things
dun.
But I would say stay tuned in the next week or so. There's going to be something
Exclusive.
You heard it here first, but it's definitely different from what we've been doing. Like we said, we're a very literal brand. I think this is going to be something that's very conceptual. We don't have the fragrance here because I would have loved to talk about Sweet Diamond. But each juice represents a very specific milestone in Mona's life and a different chapter in her life. But this next launch is going to be very, very different. And I hope you guys will be just as excited as we are to share it. Before we go to ask a question, because I think we've got about 3 minutes left, I do want to say for anybody who is actually interested in learning more and, you know, developing their sense of smell. There's really great resources. So I don't know how many of you guys use Fragrantica.com or Sniff. It's a great resource to see what's in your perfumes. They also give comparisons to things that you like and make recommendations. There's also schools in France called ISIPCA. I think LA also has fragrance schools. I think here as well, you guys must have something. But there's so many resources out there. Even on Amazon, I think they smell like kits of raw materials. So if you actually want to develop your nose and smell like the actual individual raw ingredients, like what does jasmine actually smell like? What does vanilla actually smell like? You can purchase that, and they're not very costly either. So that's it, really. Do we have any questions, guys? I feel like we've been yapping this whole time.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of questions.
They're coming around with mics, so because I'm blind and I can't really see.
Yeah, I see some.
If I'm smiling at you, it's just because I see a wiggle.
Hi. So thank you so much for the talk. I really love Kayali. Like I started off with Juicy Apple and I've gone into all the vanillas, etc. My quick question is just, I know that you guys released body mists and there was only 3. Now you've talked about the perfumes that are really good for vacation, but obviously when it's really hot, like, you know, we'd want some body mist and stuff like that. So is there any plans for more of the fragrances to come out?
So, you know, the body mist category was a very interesting foray for us. We did it as a limited edition just to actually see, because it's very saturated right now in the market. You know, a lot of brands have a lot of body mists, and ours was quite different. And I'm sorry I don't have it here to show you guys, but I don't know if you noticed, but we had the continuous mist. So for those of you who like to pull the trigger on your fragrances, like you didn't have to lift your finger off of it. It was just basically just a fragrance shower. I think we're still looking at coming back into the category, but I would say it's not really a priority. We do have hair mists right now that are amazing. There's no alcohol in them, so you can actually use them for the beach. It's actually a great hack because I use it on my body. The hair mist, we have it for rose oud, vanilla oud, and for déjà vu. But I would say I use that as an alternative for now.
Thank you.
Hi.
My question is, you said that with the Apple one, you got it on the first try. What happens if you get another one on the first try?
We're gonna keep
two
trying.
number ones.
We're gonna keep trying. Actually, you know what? I think we do have something coming up that's a repeat. I think we already have a repeat already. We have 2 36s actually, but the 36. So we have a vanilla oud 36, and then the velvet santal that Mona's husband did for their wedding day is also a 30. No, sorry, Mona's silk santal is a 36. But this one, I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. This modification is not true. This is Mona's age.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is her age at the time that she got married, and 35 is on his bottle because that was the age that Hassan was when they got married. So these are the only 2 fragrances that don't have the modification numbers on them. Mona was like, I want to put my age on it, and I'm gonna put Hassan's name on it, age on it. And I was
Period.
like, okay, girl, it's your brand.
Do what you
Do
want.
your thing. But yeah, those are the only 2 that's not a modification number.
Before I give this back, I just wanted to say that, first of all, this has been amazing. And
Hey.
also, with fragrances, sometimes when you spray something, your body pH, I think we were talking about this upstairs.
Yeah.
Your body pH can make it smell totally different on you than on someone else.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I smell people, I'm like, oh my God, that smells great. And then I try it, it doesn't smell as great.
Yeah.
Or sometimes vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So some people don't know that. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to.
No, and I
put that out
appreciate you
there.
for saying that, and that's probably was one of the things in my notes too. Listen, I come from a household where, well, first I love like curry chicken, like that. I could eat that, like breakfast curry goat, like curry chicken, like I'm a curry girl. Even the things that you put in your body, or if you like go out for a night of drinking and stuff like that can affect, especially if you're sweating out of your pores. Like people don't realize. That's why, you know, when you talked about putting the fragrance on your hair is very porous.
Yeah.
Right? If you go to a barbecue and you're by the grill, your hair comes out smelling like smoke. Why does it attract so much smell than anywhere else? Is because of that, you know? But you make a very, very good point. Yes, all of us, that's why I said you can't judge a fragrance. You can't run out and go buy a fragrance. Oh my God, that smells so good on you. And then you spray it on yourself, you're like, oh no.
You've got to test it out.
Yeah.
Very individual.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To everyone, and you're different.
Thank you for that question, and thank you for adding that tip.
That
Thank
was
you.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that we've run out.
I think they keep blinking 0, 0. Should we have one more question?
Maybe
I'm going to be at the
2.
booth, guys, after this. If you have more questions,
Hello?
please feel free to come up.
Hi, so fantastic talk, so thank you so much. I wanted to ask about one of the OG fragrances that came out. So with the scent layering, we had the vanilla, we had the musk. where is Alexa? Is she coming back?
She's here.
I'm sorry. I
Oh
have
my
to
God,
ask.
look at the time. Fine, we're all out of time, folks. Man, you know what? I say this, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Musk 12 was a journey to bring it back. And I mean, that's me stealing all of Mona's musk out of her house to realize she had to actually recreate it, or not recreate it, but to relaunch it so that she could get some musk back in her own stock. If you haven't smelled Elixir, it is a beautiful apple rose patchouli, like insanely beautiful. It's the first juice that used apple in our collection. But thank you. I think if you would like to start a petition or DM the team, okay, I love it. I love it. But we would have people coming to our office in Dubai, and they would have people signing letters like, listen, Mona, like, I need to show you this. These are all the people that want Musk 12 back, you know? But we are watching the space. You know, we just launched Kayali.com as well, which we do hope will be a place where people can actually have access to the original juices, and sometimes maybe to newer releases too, that you can't necessarily find in the stores. Because we have limited retail space. It's not that we don't want to give it to y'all. It's just that we don't physically have the space to put the bottles.
They're not hiding it, guys. I promise.
Okay, we're getting looks. We're getting looks.
We've got to go. We've got to go.
I'm
But yeah.
hovering. I'm hovering. Thank you
I
guys
don't want
so
to hang
much.
around like a bad smell. But I am saying that I think it's time for I want to actually, let's do the petition. Speaking of petitions, who wants to see Kayali here next year? Yeah, if you enjoyed that, that's the response that we want. Can we give a huge round of applause to Cara, Nikita, and Aaliyah for that session?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That was the Beauty Beat's first ever fragrance masterclass. So thank you, ladies, for getting us off to a sensational start.